Look at us. Hey, look at us. Look at us.
Huh?
Look at us. Say it again. Look at us.
Welcome to another week of Rain City Roar. I'm Butler.
I'm Neil.
I'm Detroit Rick. What's up, bitches? I feel a lot better now after the Lions game after yesterday's.
There's no bitches here. There's literally one person watching us.
It's okay. Yeah, I'll come on. Because you took so long to get your shit together, Butler. What the fuck?
Yeah, what's your problem, man?
He's eating tortillas and making tortilla snowflakes. Try being me right now. That is the ugliest snowflake fucking ever.
Screw you, man.
It is. You're not good at making snowflakes.
Beautiful snowflake. Anyway,
I could shit a better snowflake than that.
Let's get the over-under out of the way. Rick, close your eyes.
9.5. 10.5. All right. I'll take.
All right. Good to go, Ricky.
Okay, I'm trying to get my thing going anyway.
I love how we always disagree. Like, no matter what, we always disagree. Perfect.
Who, us? No way. Good game, boys. Good game.
Yeah.
That was a great game. That was a great game. Like, I don't want to. I know this is a Lions show, but if we talk about U of M yesterday, that wouldn't hurt my feelings too.
I know. We probably need to a little bit.
A little bit. But think about today, we had a bunch of turnovers, a bunch of sacks. Look
Look at us. Hey.
We've had yep, that's why I said turn the volume.
I did, but I did. Well, that was the other volume. The other volume was the ringer.
It's okay.
Shut the fuck up. I'm old and I'm not technological. Whatever. Yeah. That.
Technologically?
Yeah.
You can't even say the fucking word. That's how fucking.
Shut the
He
fuck
doesn't
up,
understand
Butler.
English.
Shut
That's
up,
why we love Rick.
fuckers.
Hey, Austin, Happy New Year. It was a dominant game. I'm not going to lie. I think it was a good thing we lost last week. Kind of refocused us a little bit, get a loss out of the way. Now we're dependent on the Shipbirds to lose, and it's 17-6. Shipbirds. No milk bus. I guess Wilson's out today. So you didn't bother sending the milk bus, Neil?
No.
No milk bus.
Didn't bother. Wasn't
Why
worth
do we
it.
always get down to where we have to depend on the Shipbirds for something? Last wild card game we played them.
This will be the last year for a while that we have to depend on other people's failures to ensure our own successes.
Yeah,
I'm saying that right now. I'm saying that right now.
You're right.
I agree with that.
You're right.
Let's just get into the game. First quarter. Let's do the sponsorship first. Also, you guys want to jump on with us today? Send your email to our Facebook chat. We will send you a link. You can come on. We just ask you have good upload speed on your internet, so you're not choppy. Other than that, cool to go.
Another tortilla, Butler.
He is a tortilla eating son of a bitch.
We
Tortilla
got
number 6.
our Montucky sponsorship. You guys find the Montucky nearest you. Go to their snack finder and enter your zip code, and they will show you all that stuff. It'd be cool. And then we also are sponsored by Gear Up Detroit. I don't know if this code still works. Somebody tell me if it does. RCR 25 off. But there's some cool shirts over there. I was going to wear my Lions Canada Will shirt, but I'm saving for that for next week after we whoop A-Rodge's ass.
That's next week's game
Yep.
is freaking huge.
It's too big of a game.
It is a big game.
And the problem is that we let it be a big game.
Yeah.
We screwed around, and we took a long time finding ourselves. And it's like, come on, guys. Get your shit together. If you wouldn't have gone 1-6 the first 7 weeks, we'd be in a different situation right now. We might already even have a fucking playoff spot locked up. But we didn't, and we don't. So here we are in week 17 going to 18, where we still don't know if we're going to be playing in a week or two.
But we have a chance. So when we did our predictions earlier this year, I mean, we had high hopes. We had hard knocks. We had big high hopes. Then we kind of fell flat. But then our predictions started to really come to life here. Do I want a couple of these games back? If we had one game back right now, one of those games, we'd be in the position for a wild card already right now. We'd be in that spot. You just have to win. So, last week's game was brutal. Dan Campbell, I do love Dan Campbell, man. I'll tell you. He guys, he's the fucking man. So after we got our asses kicked last week, did you guys see what he did when he went to the coach to shake his hand?
Yeah.
When he went up there, he's like, yeah, you punched us in the fucking face. You kicked our ass.
Yeah.
How many times does a coach go to another coach to say that to him? You know what I mean? Normally when you lose, you fucking run away. You shake your hand, you walk away. And then this morning on Fox Game Day, they were interviewing him, and he's still making
the worst snowflake ever.
He's the worst snowflake flaker motherfucker ever.
Who's that?
Anyway, so
who are you talking about? Oh,
Neil.
It was terrible.
That is not a snowflake.
No.
Good Lord. That's a fucking butt plug he blew out. But this morning, because Dan Campbell was talking about a good loss, and everybody's like, well, is there such thing as a good loss? Mm-hmm. And Campbell goes, yeah, our boys got a little cocky, won 6 games out of the last 7. They got cocky. This reels us back in. We refocused. I think we're good for winning these next 2 games. And he's right. You know what I mean? So we get these young kids playing for us. And the talk of the NFL was the Lions for the last 2 or 3 weeks until the game against Carolina, and we got our asses kicked. So reel them back in, refocus, hit it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Bears suck. They're having a bad season. Mm-hmm. But look what we did today. They're on the bad side of the ball here. Special teams, defense. Well, defense was fucking playing unconscious, man. Them boys. Yeah. And then look at how many yards we end up today? How many total yards did we end up with rushing?
I've got the graphic here, the final of the game. Where is it?
We have a lot.
We had 504 yards, 239 passing, 265 rushing. The most yards I think since 1980.
Oh shit!
I don't know. The biggest thing though that we see is the rushing was back this week, which is what hurt us last week. We couldn't set up the play action, couldn't do anything. So they played the run, and then look at the total passing yards for Justin Fields today. 30 yards.
You know what? He got his ass wore the fuck out.
Yeah.
Hard. I said, I'm most active on our Twitter page, but like I said during the game, it's like when this is the most pressure we've seen and put on a quarterback since the Lions retired RG3. No shit in that preseason game.
Yeah.
This was ridiculous today.
Well, all that 10 points was in the first half of the first quarter, right? I mean, the first 2 drives, and then
also known as 8. Yeah.
Also known as 8. If someone's going to be
here's the final Chicago stats. That's wrong. It was 8 for 30, or 7 for 21 passing. That's right. 30 yards, 2 turnovers, 9-game losing streak, 20,000 excuses from Bear fans.
Oh, that's rough.
But he did say he's aware. Yes, the rest of the team is trash. I mean, they are 3-12, but I mean, it was a. I mean, look at us going into the halftime here. I mean, we had 242 total yards going into the half, and
Justin Fields completed 33% of his passes today.
Yeah,
33.
The rushing, honestly, the one thing I did note was game management. Clock management was right on today. I mean, going towards the end of that first half, they ran the ball. They passed it once or twice, but for the most part, they ran it. And so, Dan Campbell called me up this week after last week's loss, and he said, Butler, look, what do I need to do? I said, dude, you need to do some clock management. And what does it lead to? It leads to right TD on the right.
You need to do some clock management.
Well, then I got a question for you. Why the fuck did you call Jim Harbaugh, you little dickhead? Should have called Jim Harbaugh.
I don't follow college. I don't follow college. I just can't keep up with college, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he doesn't follow college. We know that.
Yeah. You're still a dickhead. Shut up.
Matthew says, do you think they should flex all games of play implications at the same time? Well, hopefully not the same time, but I mean, there's 2 games Saturday and 2 games Sunday. I think we talked about this last week, Neil, or the week before. I said they're going to flex this last game, and they are going to do. There's no way they can't flex the Green Bay and Lions game, especially if Detroit loses or if Seahawks lose today.
If the Packers lose today, then I think that they'll flex it. But they're currently up.
Yeah, and they're in the red zone. The
Packers or those Seahawks.
Packers. They're in the red zone right now.
We have red zone on behind the camera.
It doesn't matter if the Packers win or not. it's coming down to next week's game. They're still going to flex the game. If the Seahawks lose today, they will flex that game next week. If the Seahawks don't lose today, I think there's a 50-50 chance they won't flex that game.
If the Packers lose, I think their season's done.
Yes, but they're still going to flex the game because Detroit needs to win that.
Big Larry's on there, a Viking buddy, and I'm a Viking fan today, Larry. You better talk to your boys. Grab them ears and pop their head out their fucking ass.
Larry.
What?
Grab their ears.
What is Adam talking about? Hairball. What an idiot.
Oh, no, because I talk about time management.
Hairball.
And then real quick, got my nephew on there, Brandon. What's up, big dog? How you doing, buddy? You guys met Brandon at the Detroit game when we was at the market, Eastern Market.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon's great.
Joseph, go Lions. Fuck yeah, man. Look, guys, that was a
dominant
win.
Dominant game today.
And here I gotta, God, dude, I hate doing this, but I gotta give Goff some fucking credit, man. I mean,
dude, he threw one of those passes that was a rocket. It was so freaking fast. I was like, holy shit. When he's on, man.
He had 3 touchdowns again today. 2 of them to Brock Wright, 1 of them to DeAndre Swift. I mean, that's it. Let's talk about DeAndre Swift. Finally.
Yeah, he was on fire. He had fire in his ass today, man. Holy shit.
Do you think he was hurt?
I don't know.
They're just not using him correctly.
I don't know.
But I don't know what his deal is, but I can say that when you can put Swift in there and end up with a 45-yard gain on a 3rd and 19, and then you can put Jameson Williams in there right afterwards and have another 40-yard gain. Holy shit!
Right.
Like these guys have the potential to be dangerous.
Where was that shit last week, man?
I don't know where it was last week, but we're working forward here.
Yeah,
and this team is putting together the kind of stuff that you need to be putting together at this time of the year.
Exactly. So for us, Neil, for us to make the playoffs right now, it's tough. It's tough. We need lots of things to happen. We're not going to walk.
We don't need lots of things to happen. We need 2 things.
We kind of do.
A lot of the things that need to happen
in the next 2 games, and we need to win next week. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we.
What I'm saying, though, but if we don't do this, I'm still fucking excited for next year. We've got a culture now, a winning culture. We have people that want to play. We got young kids that want to play football, and that's only going to be better for us. And then when the free agent comes around, these star veterans are going to say, you know what? There's some shit happening in Detroit. I want to go play for Campbell.
Here's a graphic for next year right here. Detroit Lions look like they'll be a force to reckon with next season. Note, they have 2 first-round picks and 2 second-rounders in the 2023 draft at Dirty Pocket Pod.
Yeah.
That's huge. Huge.
Very huge.
I love when you tell me that, Butler.
And I don't even want to talk about the draft right now because this season's not over yet.
No. I know.
We're going into week 18, and this season is not over yet.
It's not over.
Not by a long shot.
Let's talk about what has been the difference, though, in every one of these games that we won. The defense, like Rick said, I mean, they were lights out today. Pascal and Houston, couple big solo sacks.
Pascal, Houston, Hutchinson. Dude, those guys are I know that you saw the tweet because you liked it.
Because you liked it.
I don't read your tweets. I just like it.
This rookie class is massive.
Yeah. You ain't lying, man.
This is a huge rookie class. Are we at a point where we can comfortably say that this is potentially one of the best rookie classes that the Detroit Lions have ever had?
I'd say yes. This is amazing. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
You got Pascal, you got Houston, you got Kirby Joseph, you have Aiden Hutchinson, who's coming in to be the guy that you expect him to be. You've got Malcolm Rodriguez, like holy shit. You got Jameson Williams, who is just scratching I don't even think he's scratching the surface of what he could be.
Oh yeah, that guy is lightning fast.
This was a great draft.
Yep.
This was a great draft.
Yep. Best draft we've seen. I've ever seen.
Five or six people that they drafted this year had big impact plays today. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, man. Just unbelievable. And you know what? I was always hoping on Rodrigo to be stepping up and being the man. Houston has taken control, man. That dude. He is a fucking beast. When he came 20 yards out to sack, fucking what's his face today?
Fields? Yeah.
I don't like saying any Buckeye names. Laid his ass out. I'm like, holy fuck. He came from way out in the middle of nowhere, full freaking speed like a fucking freight train.
Can we talk about Taylor Decker?
Put his dick in the dirt.
Can we talk about
Let's,
Taylor
look,
Decker?
let's finish up Fields with this tweet though from Anasara 3LI. This poor guy Fields is getting absolutely fucked by our defense.
Oh, big time.
That was a great tweet. I love it.
Big time. The game today felt so comfortable the whole way through. There was that first drive they went down, they scored the points, yada yada, whatever. Who gives a shit?
Billy, that's Billy.
But they just ran it the rest of the game. It was 100% the Lions game. Never felt worried, never felt out of control. Never felt like they didn't have a good clue what was going on. I did feel like they were absolutely going hard at Fields today. Like hard. They were running blitzes. They were getting pressure with 4-man fronts. Like, holy shit. Like they did a great job today. That was a great game.
Can we go back and talk about Goff real quick? I mean, I don't know, dude. You know, me and AJ are going to owe some apologies here at the end of the year. If he wins next week and whether we make the playoffs or not, he's had a great game. Sorry, guys, I'm going to remove the chat there on that to get that off.
What is that?
What the fuck is that?
Sorry, I fucked it up.
What do you have here?
Sets new franchise record for TD passes. Oh, I'm sorry. I had that all planned out and I fucked it up. But thanks to Detroit.
Horribly executed.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, he's focusing more on his fucking butt.
Kind of like the Chicago offense today.
What's the 21 for? Is that the number of touchdown passes? What is it?
Yes.
Stafford never threw more than 21 touchdown passes at home?
No. 20, more than 20 at home.
Okay.
He ended up with 22, I think.
Looks like Matt's going to Green Bay next week. Kick some ass there, buddy. Represent us well, big dog.
Oh yeah. Sorry, let me pull it off.
Matt, aren't you in Wisconsin? Isn't that where you live? I feel like that's where Matt lives. For some reason, I feel like there's the connection there. If not, hey, you know what? Good job on travel.
Talk about the defense. We talked a little bit about Hutchinson. Nick Jon-thomas. I seriously wish I saved every single Lions fan that thought Hutch was a bust. We never turned on Hutch the whole season.
I never heard Hutch.
Every podcast, we never flipped on him. What was it, week 5? He caught fire. Week 5, right before they started winning. And he's been a bust.
I think I might have said a couple of times that I wish he would step up and be the player that he could be.
No,
we never bashed him.
There were times where Hutchinson, Madsen,
Illinois. That's right.
There were times where Hutchinson wasn't having productive games, but that was almost exclusively because they were double teaming the living shit out.
Never disagree with that draft pick ever.
Yeah.
No. And you see him today. He is when he tackled him, man, he had his upper body and he went to bring him down. Then he swung his leg around to flip him over. I'm like, holy shit, man! He just spider.
That was Houston, wasn't it? Wasn't that Houston when he jumped on the back of him?
Yeah.
That was Houston.
No. I'm talking about not that one. When Hutchinson sacked, he put his leg around him and brought his ass down. It was fun as shit, man. I thought, oh.
These guys collectively, I mean, you look at the playmakers, you got the unsung heroes playing tackle and stuff. McNeil is a guy that's consistently crashing that pocket, and he gets like no stats out of the whole thing, but the guy is causing problems. You got Pascal, you got Hutchinson, you have Houston, we're running safety blitzes today.
They were blitzing the shit in the first half. I mean,
it was one of those games where we're going to do whatever we want to against you, and you're going to have to live through it.
Yeah, I'm just going to ask Butler to put this up because, dude, you know what? I'm 61. I've been watching them since I popped out my mom's asshole. But, dude,
that's the wrong hole.
I know, but I'm an asshole, baby. Dude, I don't know what you're watching, but this defense is the best defense we had in a lot of fucking years. So
the 17 defense was pretty good. They were number 1 until like the 15th week of the season. But we are a defensive back and safety away from being not an elite team. And honestly, our linebackers, I mean, Anzalone, you guys were giving him a bunch of shit earlier in the year. I mean, I think he leads the team in tackles. So
he's having a great year. Let's chill for a second though, and not praise these guys as the Ravens Super Bowl defense.
No, not at all.
Because last week they
all.
gave up a metric fuck ton of yards.
But they're a young team that's just starting to come to life, and they got cocky. In my opinion, just like Dan Campbell said, these guys got a little complacent. They're winning some games. They're thinking they're better than they really are, and we got smacked in our fucking face by Carolina.
Yeah.
So now they came in today, and they showed up today. There was so much pressure on the quarterback today. Unbelievable. I don't think there was one clean pass where he wasn't pressured.
If there was, it wasn't many more than one.
Yeah,
he had dudes in his
constant pressure. And then Neil said to me, I think they just assigned Hutchinson just to stay on him, just him. They rush him every freaking play.
It seemed that.
No, they didn't spy the first half. They finally, when they went into the half, they must have looked at the fucking social media and everybody at the NFL Network and everybody on every fucking station saying, if you're going to play man-to-man on Justin Fields, you need to spy him. And they finally threw a spy out there. But the whole first half, they did not play anything.
Are you implying that the Lions' defensive scheme is taking its tips from Twitter?
They're taking their improving tips from Twitter. David says we don't need anything to draft, but some of the middle stop the run of safety. Okay, I'd say we could take another corner, but is David still hang out with you?
He's out, Adam.
You seen David lately?
David, no, he don't live. David lives in Tennessee or Kentucky now.
Oh shit!
He left here. He moved a couple years ago.
Matt says Alex also leads the Lions in missed tackles. I'd like to see that stat. You show me that. I don't think that's true.
That was just like
even if he did, it's when you're making every fucking tackle, you're going to miss the most tackles. So,
what are you arguing about? I wasn't listening. I was talking about Snugs.
I was talking about Matthews talking about Alex also leads the Lions in missed tackles. I don't think that's true.
In missed tackles, I would say that's probably not
because he's making the most effort.
That's not inconceivable.
Nothing new there, Larry.
He had. I can tell you with absolute certainty. Why the fuck are they lighting off fireworks right now?
There's a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah, Seahawks must have scored.
No, they didn't score. It's 6 seconds left in the second quarter. That sounds about right.
Why are they booming for?
Because they're.
Anyways, maybe a Carolina fan, but I'm trying to remember all the fans that I have in my neighborhood. They just light off fireworks for random times and random reasons, but. No, back to number 34. I would say that it's probably not inconceivable to think that he is leading the team in missed tackles because there's been so many times where he's been in the backfield and just missed by a couple fingertips where there's other guys where you could say that they are worse defensive players. Anzalone's having a great season this year, I feel like. Yes, does he overcommit at times and does he really go in with everything that he's got and whiff on a tackle? Yeah, absolutely. But he gets back there and he gets back there consistently. And I'm not going to fault a guy for, I think missed tackles is one of those stats where you put more weight on it when you're talking about a DB than a linebacker.
Right.
Because, well, okay, let me back up again and just say that if we look at the missed tackles in the backfield and just isolate those from the whole thing, yeah, absolutely. I think that he absolutely does. But in the grand scheme of stuff, when we're looking at his whole body of work this season, and the damn Seahawks just recovered a fumble. When you look at Anzalone's full body of work this season, and you say that, yeah, he has had a bunch of missed tackles, but they were primarily in the backfield. And then what did they lead to after that? What did they lead to after that? Did he slow people down enough to set up a tackle for somebody else? What was the circumstances around the whole thing? I think that in his case, specifically this year, it is erroneous to look at it and say that missed tackles, he's a problem, is what I'm trying to say.
But Neil says he went with everything he's got. I do that too. And probably gets 2 seconds and I fall asleep.
That's your fault.
That counts as well. Talk about not overshooting today. It was Hutchie had a really good game. I mean, he played open field tackles phenomenally, which is what we need a lot of the time, it seems like. But he just had a great game again. I mean, that pick I could kind of see that pick coming a mile away. You guys probably could too. I mean, he was over there. That was a very interesting type of prevent. If you're going to run a prevent and give up a bunch of yards, that's probably the best prevent you could run. There was nobody on the defensive line. Everybody was dropped back at least 5 to 7 yards, and they really opened up the field to say, "Hey, make a mistake," and he did. I mean, and going into the half, that was huge.
Yeah.
So how many sacks?
I agree with you. I'm not going to dispute it.
How many sacks does Hudson have, and how many sacks? Houston, I think we said we had 8.
They both have 7.5 or 8.5. I can't remember what they had today, but the bottom line is they're leading all the rookies. So
Houston has played 1/3 of the games with Hutchinson, and he's leading the team in sacks.
No.
Okay, so this freaking Vikings.
I just said something, and you just completely disregarded it.
I'm sorry. No, I was listening to you, but then look, he took his helmet off and smacked the official with his helmet.
Who?
This Viking guy. He got dude Jefferson.
Jefferson hit an official with his helmet?
When he was running off the sideline, he took his helmet off and freaking smacked him.
Oh, it's probably unintentional.
Sorry. So repeat, please, because I'm sorry.
No,
they both have 7.5 sacks.
Houston's leading the team in sacks, and he's played 1/3 of the games as Hutchinson.
Oh, wow. Oh, shit. Wow. And he was a 6th-round draft pick, you said earlier?
Yep.
I think that was the case. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so going into the fourth quarter, I mean, you look at going into the third quarter, we were down, and then going into the third quarter, in the fourth quarter, it was 24-10, and then it was just, I mean, after that they just dominated.
Hold on, time out. So Houston on the season has 9 tackles and 8 sacks and 1 forced fumble. Almost every time he's tackling somebody, it's a sack. That's crazy.
Well, and the thing is that fumble was great because one thing I remember, my freshman year, I started out at running back, but I wasn't fast enough. So they switched me to tight end. Yeah. And I remember they said that one thing that the coach said to me is never carry the ball like a loaf of bread. So when you're a quarterback and you're running, of course, your arm's going to be up. You're going to be trying to find something. So you're kind of carrying it like this, right? But you always keep it close. And then if you look at like Jamal Williams towards the end of the game when he had that huge breakout run and got down to like this 10 or 11 yard line, you watched him. They had 4 guys on him and he just covered the ball. So,
what you're supposed to do.
I mean,
but when you played Butler, didn't they have leather helmets and they only had like 5 people and you played both sides of the ball?
And it was a home school team too.
It was B11. I did play both sides of the ball. Yeah. How much high school ball did you play, Rick?
1 year. Taylor Center, defensive end. I had to wear number 81.
Bullshit.
No,
you were not.
Yes, it was. And I had to wear number 81 because there was no numbers for defense left.
Those guys.
How about you, Neil? How much high school ball did you play?
Defensive end.
I didn't grow much after that time. I was the same size as most.
You never grew much.
I was a defensive end,
and
the best position ever because I never had to get in the 3-point stance. I just knew that. Boom, bam.
And even though we were B11, we went to the championship my high school year after we hadn't gone in like 20 years. So
but you only had like 70 people in your high school.
So all of my quarterback couch knowledge.
You only had 2 schools in your conference, right?
No,
it was mom's house and dad's house. It was amazing.
The offensive line were out about halfway through. I mean, okay, whatever. I'll take that any day of the week. If I could break Justin Fields' shin, I would have done it before the game. So. And
then Ken, you're right, buddy. You are right. They've only won 3 games, but the Bears are like us before we went on a little streak because we lost a lot of games, and we lost the games by 3 or 4 points. Well, the Bears have lost a lot of games by 3 or 4 points. So the Bears are a good team. Like we were a good team at 1-6, right? No, right? I mean,
no, I think
this is a tortilla eating motherfucker. This is his 6th tortilla. He's
Might
8.
Be 6th. Might be 6th.
You're gonna shit a goddamn burrito.
Jaguars stomped the Texans today.
Freaking Green Bay's up 20.
Jaguars.
Jaguars. What do you call them?
Jaguars. So
Austin, yes.
Real quick, comparing Houston to Hutchinson. Houston has 9 tackles, 8 sacks, 1 forced fumble. Hutchinson has 48 tackles, 7.5 sacks, 0 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries.
Did you see what DJ just put up
That's
there?
ridiculous.
Look at Deshaun. Deshaun,
He's
stop
trying
it.
to rile me up.
No, stop it, Deshaun.
No.
Stop it, Deshaun. I love him, but God dang it.
Goff, I don't know. Like I said, I've totally changed like I said, if I don't care if we make the play, well, I do, but if we don't make the playoffs for some reason and we win next week, I owe Goff a huge apology. And AJ does too, from Beyond the Box in the corner on DSN, Detroit Sports Nation. AJ, you owe Goff a huge apology as well as I do, because we were completely anti-Goff. And honestly, even the games that we lost this year, he showed up. There were the 3 games that we got kind of beat up on, but that was a defensive beating, not an offensive beating. So
now you got to score points to win games.
How many yards did Goff end up with today? Not Goff. Sorry. How many rushing yards did Justin Fields have?
I don't know, but Goff ended up with.
But back to what Deshaun was asking. Do we want a running quarterback when we have 2 really good running backs?
I want a mobile quarterback, and Goff is not mobile.
No, he's over like you.
Fields ended up with 10 rushes for 132 yards.
Unbelievable.
Insane.
And
then 7 completions out of 21 attempts for 75 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
I think 65 of those 70 yards of that 110 was on 1 play. And
agreed.
I mean, I don't know how amazing it is, but
I agree with you. I'm not arguing.
Yeah. Fields lucky with 3 more years. He runs too much. Yeah, he ain't. Yeah, I don't think he'll even be the starting quarterback of Chicago next year. Chicago can't keep up with quarterbacks. They're terrible.
Okay, hang on. Let's take a vote. I need you guys to take a vote. Neil,
That's the best snowflake I've had
Neil's
today.
been chomping on these freaking things trying to make snowflakes.
That's the best one today.
That's the ugliest snowflake
That's the
ever.
best one today. You make a fucking snowflake with your mouth.
Hang on. I will. Hang on.
He's making a mask. That is better than yours, Neil.
I'm just throwing
idiots being fucking idiots. What that is.
He strategically went in. He made 3 very calculated butts. That was a fucking match.
Hey, my girl Alicia from Edmonds. What's up, girl? She's our homie in our home.
I'm sorry.
That's right. So let's just throw out the player of the week a little early today, because boy, it could be anybody. I mean, you got DeAndre Swift.
Houston Swift.
You got Goofy. You got 2 defensive players, Houston and Hutchie. You got Jamal Williams with the big 15 on the touchdown.
He's almost there. He gets 1 more. He ties Barry Sanders for the
I
most
mean,
rushing touchdowns in a season by a Lion.
Who can we say is the Matthew Morris player of the week this week?
It's got to be either Houston or Swift today. I feel like. If there's any other candidates, please let me know. But I feel like it's one of those 2.
Well, look at Swift's. Look at the ticker. Swift had 4 rushes or 4 receiving for 39 yards, touchdown, and then 10 for 75 rushing yards at a touchdown. So that was a pretty good game.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Goff had 3 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown had a great game.
He always does. And I feel bad. I feel bad for excluding him from that conversation today, because he's just been so consistent that he always has great games and he gets overlooked. You just expect that. You expect 7 or 8 receptions for 100 yards.
You're saying Swift?
Yeah. No, St. Brown.
Oh, St. Brown.
This is a really tough one, guys. This is a really tough one.
Yeah, there was, like I said when I started. I mean, we got a couple Swifts so far. We got Hutch. We got the offensive line, which, yeah, I mean, Goff didn't. He got sacked once, and then he threw away one that he was going to get sacked on. But yeah, when Goff has had time, no sacks and big holes to run. Honestly, I don't know how big the holes were. I mean, Swift and Williams both made some things happen, and JMO. Which, we keep talking about, when's he going to come on? I think they're kind of parsing him out a little bit.
That was an awesome play, by the way.
Yeah, but I think
you got 85 yards of offense in 2 plays. Like, that was so cool. You had a 45-yard run. You had a 40-yard run right after that. Yep. Beautiful. Wait to just say, this is our game. You guys are just playing in.
Yep.
I couldn't ask for anything better than that. That was absolutely beautiful. I did say something in the group chat during that Jameson Williams play where he had gone probably 3/4 of the way, and then he turned around and he saw that big defensive lineman running number 90. And you could see he was just like, oh, shit, I'm going to run a little bit faster, a little bit harder, and just try to get out of this guy's way. But that made me laugh during the game. But he did not want to get hit by number 90. 90 was a big dude. And good for 90 for making it down the field to that point. Staying in pursuit.
So let's think about this Matthew Morris play. So I know there's a lot of great players, but you look at the impact plays. Swift, I think for me, so Houston's always awesome. D-line, all-line, O-line, all great. Goff, great. But Williams is great. But Swift today, his impact plays. Swift, some of them plays that he ran were huge impact plays for the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking Swift on this one. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah, I gotta go with Swift. And I mean, at this point, we got 3-4 Swifts in the chat. So I think we're gonna go with the Swift as the Matthew Morris player of the week for sure. So Alicia's
going to the Kraken game
tonight.
Huh?
Alicia's going to the Kraken's game tonight.
Hell yeah. Last time I went to a Kraken game, I slept through
during the Red Wings game. Alicia, you going to the Red Wings game on the that's the 18th, I think, of February. 18th or 19th of February.
Yeah, I fell asleep during that game.
You did, but in our defense, I didn't fall asleep. But in Neil's defense, we drank a whole lot. I
have an off button.
We pre-funked too much that day.
We went. I saw the national anthem, and I woke up. It was the third period. It was like 10 minutes left. We were up. What was it? 4-2.
Mm-hmm. I have pictures.
We were up 4-2, and the last 10 minutes, I don't know what happened, but we lost. So, yeah, that was my Red Wings game last season. My bad. Hey, really cool place, though.
But we drank a lot in our defense.
Yeah, we did. I way out drank Rick. I drink twice as much as he does.
No, you do.
But he's half my size. No, he actually drinks a lot for a little guy. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's unreasonable.
It is unreasonable. You're right.
So what do you think, Butler, going into next week? We've got I want to cover a couple things that needed to happen today in terms of a previous opponent and stuff losses. We would like to see Seattle lose. They're up 17-6 right now. We would like to see Green Bay lose. They're not losing. That's 24-3 with 2 minutes left in the first half. You've got Indianapolis. We wanted to see them beat the Giants. They did not beat the Giants. They lost by 28 points. You wanted to see New Orleans beat Philadelphia. They did. You wanted to see Tampa beat Carolina. They did. You wanted to see Cleveland beat Washington. They did.
That's huge. That's huge for us.
That was a big. Those were big games. So there's no way that there were ways mathematically that we could have locked up playoff spots today, but we did not. And it would have been a lot easier if we wouldn't have gone into Carolina and fell asleep last week, but we did. So here we are.
And the Bills game was another one that was so close that we should have won. But no, I think that we're going to win next week. I feel pretty confident on that. And then also, I really don't think. I hate to say this because it always comes back and bites me because I fucking Seattle. But Seattle, they're going to lose either today or next week. There's no way they're winning out. And I.
Well, they got the
Jets in that game we played against them.
Most likely to lose to.
What's that?
So they have the Jets today. They have the Rams next week. Which team are they most likely to lose to?
I think the Rams because they're in their division.
You think so?
Yeah, even without Stafford, I think they're going to lose
the
Rams. But
I want
it to be up to us to win next week. That's all.
Rams have always been a thorn in their side. Always. As long as I've been here, Rams have always been the team that had their number.
No, I just want it. I want it to go in. I want the Seahawks to lose today so that we can go into next week going, we have to win and we control our own playoff fate. And that's okay with me. If we go in next week and we don't control it, and we win, then how disappointed we're going to be if Seahawks pull off some bullshit at the last minute, which, that fucking cheater from USC, Pete Carroll, that motherfucker, he's got all sorts of shit. I mean, he proved it when Russell Wilson went to the Broncos. It wasn't Russell Wilson. It was fucking Pete Carroll.
It's Pete.
Sneaky fucking Pete. That
He is
piece of
creepy
shit
ass.
old man. What's he like? 96 years old, still chewing gum.
I hate. You know what? I hate people who fucking chew with their mouth open, and I fucking look at him. I'm gonna smack him up by his fucking chops.
Can old people not chew
I
gum?
just hope he runs up one time and
he's on
fucking first down marker and breaks his fucking shoulder.
My mama would smack the shit out of me if I smacked my lips like that.
Yeah, you only smack your lips after blowing people, Rick.
Why didn't you make a joke?
I'm not gonna make it.
Rams lost.
No, I respect you too much, Rick. I'm not gonna make that joke.
Yeah, you can tell my distaste for the shitbirds and Sea Sucks and whoever else Seattle wants to fucking. Kraken's okay. I don't mind the Mariners.
Rick's he's playing with his flour tortilla Jason mask over here.
I got my Jason mask.
What's he doing with it? He got it on his crotch area?
Kind of.
Oh, I done flavored it.
It's now seasoned.
This is Rams lose, we get a better draft pick. Ken, at this point, like we talked before, we have 2 first rounds, we have 2 second rounds next year. We need more draft picks. I'd rather the Rams win out. I don't give a shit.
So, yep. Go back to that same shit again. I would rather make the playoffs than get a better draft pick.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
If that's the trade to make,
That's
make it.
exactly. And move forward. We've got. I just hate.
Did you guys get any feedback today? Did you? Because it's Twitter and Instagram and everywhere. Where people are hating on the silver helmets. Look, if we win 41-10 when we have the silver helmets, let's wear them every fucking week.
So what was it? Up until last season, I think we had not won in those uniforms. The Lions had submitted paperwork within the past week to update their uniforms coming into next season, so that's cool. We have to look forward to new uniforms. They said it's going to be a little bit more Barry Sanders era, so I think that we can expect the white letters to come back instead of the silver ones. I'm looking forward to that.
Yep.
I'm not a huge fan of these jerseys, but it is what it is. In the grand scheme of the Lions, I want to say that I did not think in mid-October, late October, that we would be playing for a playoff spot.
No.
And we are. And that's huge. Like, that's so big. That's so big that these guys are playing for that spot right now.
Fucking pulled it.
I know, buddy, you watch the same thing we're watching now. You watching Red Zone?
Yeah, no, I'm watching the Eagles fucking shitbirds, and he just pulled a 57-yard field goal.
Yeah.
Well, the Eagles aren't playing. Then the Jets
Yeah, it's Jets. They're going for a field goal.
Whatever, same
Right
green
ahead of
shit. Eagles, Jets, same fucking
So I can guess that he misses this field goal.
And
And
Minnesota, I can't tell if we got it or not.
Okay, anything else we need to talk about? We're talking about let's go to next week. I mean, A-Rod has been talking shit since we played him last.
Yep.
I want to go in there and take that Hitler haircut having motherfucker and slam his dick into the dirt.
I'm so done with that cocksucker, man. I'm done with his ass, dude. Fuck it. I'm just done with him.
Buddy?
Yeah, I fucking hate that guy, man.
I think that it would be great for the Lions to come with the same amount of pressure that they brought today, and for this to be Aaron Rodgers' last game.
Oh shit!
Absolutely.
Just boom. Just kick his ass all games. Send him into retirement with a fucking limp and call it good.
You're right.
Have him call State Farm.
What pissed me off about I'm sorry, no, go ahead.
Are you good?
What pissed me off is that when we beat him last time, he didn't give credit to us at all. It was all about, I gave Hunter freaking freebie interception, or I just didn't play well, or I did this. Just say, good game, Lions. Move the fuck on. But no, you want to talk all this shit and be a punk ass bitch. Millionaire punk ass bitch, by the way.
I think Matthew's talking about, remember that the Vikings are the team that we're going to have to play if we make the playoffs, which I
don't care.
We'll worry about that when we get there.
Don't care. We should have had them. We should have had them the first game.
We should have won both those games.
We had them the second game. I don't care. Don't care.
Yeah.
Bring the Vikings.
Yep. So let's talk about the picks real quick. Final picks for the year. Neil was 12-5, not going to happen. Rick was 10-7, not going to happen. Butler, ooh baby, 9-8, could happen.
You changed week to week.
Yeah, you change your shit.
Did not change anything. Go back and look at any podcast, motherfuckers. It's all on video. Suck a dick. One thing, hey, real quick, guys. Who knows? I mean, next week, if we don't end up making the playoffs, that'll be the last episode of Rain City Roar. I'm not sure. Are we coming back to DSN next year? Do we know yet?
I don't know. We'll figure it out as time goes on.
Yeah. So just so you guys know, if you want to follow us at our Twitter, we got at Rain City Roar and at the one and only But One. Facebook, obviously, Rain City Roar. A lot of you guys. And then YouTube at Rain City Roar. If you guys could subscribe to our YouTube, that would be awesome. We'd really like to grow that over there. No YouTube people.
Don't have a YouTube to subscribe to. We've talked about it every week.
I started a YouTube, you dumb fuck. I started YouTube like 6 weeks ago.
Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't seen it.
What the fuck just happened?
Yeah, share the link.
I put the link. It's right fucking there on the bottom of the screen, you fucking ass munch.
What just happened?
He kicked it. He bounced off the crossbar.
You guys can go to YouTube and type at Rain City Roar and it'll bring you to our page. I tested it on multiple computers. Neil doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. So if you can go to our YouTube,
I'm just a guy.
and subscribe, that'd be great.
I'm just an old retired fucker. Don't give a shit.
Yeah. We're also going to start an OnlyFans.
He's officially. Wait, time out. Sorry. Rick is officially retired. No longer working. No longer has a job. He's a leech of society now. Good job. Congratulations, Rick, for 61 fantastic years. You retired from the military. You retired from the school district. Congratulations. Life well lived.
Yeah, I actually work for a school district, believe it or not.
I hope you have at least 5 more years left in you.
Yeah, I know. Motherfuckers die soon after they retire.
So Butler said something really important here, and we're dropping a bomb kind of on everybody right now. Butler, would you like to go into that a little bit more?
Oh, shit.
So we're going to do an OnlyFans because, OnlyFans is not just for porn, Alicia. But she would pay to see it. So, hey, there you go.
What did Alicia say about porn?
And it's going to have our podcast on there. The podcast is going to be free. And then any additional comment where like me and Neil are yelling at each other, arguing, and then Rick's dressing up in pink tutus or whatever. We might have some Detroit Rick content on.
Why do I got to wear pink fucking tutu?
Well, I have pictures of you wearing a pink
tutu. What other color tutu do you have, Rick?
Pink.
Do you know how many pictures I have of you in weird outfits, Rick?
But my pink tutu is for breast cancer awareness on my motorcycle. So
the OnlyFans will be up next week if you guys want to. It'll be free. You don't have to pay. But then hey, who knows?
I'm gonna tell you what though, wearing tights, give a fuck. Any of you guys put some fucking tights on, you'll want to wear them all the time. You'll beg for Halloween to come to put some fucking tights on.
It's so warm.
I'm telling you,
they feel nice. They're very free.
Scusi the janitor. Fuck you, Matt. You fucking Air Force.
Rick, you're not really gonna retire. What are you gonna do? You're gonna find a job over there, right?
Well, for a couple minutes a day, I'll beat off. That takes up 2 seconds of my day. So I don't know what else I'm gonna do.
That's 3.
Men in
definitely under the over-under
golf cart. I'll help him build the golf cart up. No my way around.
But I'm serious. Have Butler, you put tights on before, Butler?
When I jerk off, I like to wear pantyhose. Is that the same thing?
Yep. Are they
counts?
That counts.
That counts. All right, cool.
You asked for it, Rick.
Cool. So, Alicia, enjoy the game tonight. She's going to the Krakens game. Red Wings are on the 16th or 18th or 19th of January.
February.
Sorry, February.
Around there.
Oh, you got tickets?
No, not yet.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I have to go to Utah the week after next for work. I'm thinking I'm not going to come up next week for the game. I'm going to wait for that game and see if we make the playoffs. If we make the playoffs, I might fly to where we're going from Utah to watch the game.
Pop's going to be here on Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Nice.
Just Sunday, like next week?
Yep. Coming in Saturday night. So
nice.
We'll probably have a special guest next week during the show.
Hey, guys, keep this stuff like Matthew and I were talking about with jerking off with pantyhose and wearing long johns like women who wear yoga pants for our OnlyFans page.
Yes, please. Please.
Well, did we get in trouble?
I don't know, maybe.
I've been in Facebook jail way too many times.
I've never been.
You shut up. You've never been in Facebook jail?
Never been in Facebook.
No, we're not fucking ignorant. We don't put on Facebook. Right?
So check this out. I've been handcuffed and in the back seat of a police car, but I've never actually gone to jail. I've never actually gone to jail, and I've never been in Facebook jail.
Well, I've been to Facebook jail.
I was so close to going to jail.
Why did you go to Facebook jail, Rick?
Well, because we had an AR-15 we were selling that was all decked out from Aero Precision, and we auctioned it off for veterans for PTSD. and I put it on Facebook. I put the weapon on there and said, we're auctioning this AR-15 off for veteran suicide prevention. And because it was a picture of a gun, they put me in Facebook jail. Then they replied back and told me this is bullshit. They put me back in jail again. I'm like, you even see what we're doing here and why I'm doing this?
You can't advertise a gun on Facebook, no matter if you're giving it away or selling it.
Yeah, still, it was a good cause. It's for our veterans. I call bullshit. Fucking punk ass bitches.
You and my cousin Jamie are in Facebook jail more than anybody I know.
And then I got put in jail again for, well, like not really jail because my butthole's still intact. Because I said something about someone, I had had my camera, someone's at my front porch and was looking through some shit. And I said, no, I'll throat punch him and shoot this fucker in the head. And I got put in Facebook jail again for that. It's off my front porch, bitches.
You can say that, just don't send on Facebook, Rick.
Well, I wanted to see if anybody recognized the guy's face, but they didn't.
All right.
And I got put. Anytime they restrict you from Facebook, it's more time. The first time was like 24 hours, and then the next time it's like a week. The next time it's 3 weeks. I'm like,
well, you'll have the OnlyFans to browse through now, Rick. So you can actually have an excuse to have OnlyFans on your phone, guys. I know both your wives will love that.
Why are you on OnlyFans? Checking my page.
All right. Well, hey, 1 week left, possibly. Hopefully not. Hopefully more.
Guys, hey, time out. We're playing meaningful football in January.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're in January, and we have a game next week that means something.
Yes. This is important. This team put shit together, and they strapped it up second half of the season, and here we are. This is a one-game season at this point.
Hey, Rick, did you see what Deshaun put?
You have to win. Huh?
Rick, did you see what Deshaun put?
No, what did he put?
Now that you're retired,
you fucking dipshit.
I'll need a Viagra to do it twice, Deshaun.
Needs more than that.
Oh, damn fucking Rick.
I did buy some Mexican Viagra when I was down in Mexico, and I bought the potent shit.
Is it called Viagra?
No, but it's really, really potent stuff, and shit just doesn't go down.
He didn't get it. He didn't understand it.
No, but
that's why he got caught at that donkey show and got arrested down in fucking Mexico. Viagra. All right. I think that's all we got for this week, boys. Good win. Stoked to be talking, like I said, some good football in January.
It is really nice. It's really nice to have a show where we had a good game and dominated game. It was awesome.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go home, smoke a cigar, drink some whiskey because I damn sure didn't do it yesterday after the Michigan game.
Oh, do you guys want to talk about the Michigan game real quick? We still got a couple minutes. What happened? I heard it was a fucking blowout. Well,
it wasn't a blowout. We lost by 6 points. It was a blowout for a little while. We made some horrible mistakes. And give TCU credit. They made tackles. We had some horrible calls. Yeah, granted, we made some mistakes. But that touchdown being called back was total bullshit. The whole
what was
world
the final score?
Fucking touchdown. We'd have been down by 3 at that time.
What was the final score?
We lost by 6. It was 51-45.
45, yeah.
51-45. You know, it was one of those games where hats off to TCU. They played
hats off. Their defense
they played
amazing.
A good game. They won the game. Can't complain about that. I will say that Michigan played an incredibly sloppy game.
A sloppy game.
2 pick sixes, 2 trips inside the 5-yard line where they didn't score any points.
3 trips in the red zone and come up with 3 points.
That is a 28-point difference.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been a dick hole stomping of a game.
Yep.
And it wasn't. TCU played the cleaner game and they won the game.
Yep.
Good for them. Congratulations to them.
Right. When we were down by 3, and it was 3rd and 7. And totally missed the tackle, and he ran all the way down for a touchdown. We were in that game. The clock. Now let's talk clock management for a second, Butler. You didn't watch the game, obviously.
All I had to do was watch you guys' comments. I knew I was going.
The clock management at the end was horrible. 30, 40, 50, 60 seconds just clicking off. We're down to 3 minutes left. And I just couldn't believe
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with how he did that at the end of the game. I don't. It sucked to watch almost 2 minutes scoring off that clock.
Right.
But he did it well. He did it well. The team executed. They did what they needed to do, and then the offense just didn't do what they needed to do, and then the refs didn't make the call that they should have made with the targeting.
Right. That targeting.
I'm not going to relegate that game to a last-minute failure of a call. I'm going to say that it was an overall sloppy game, and go back to what I said a couple minutes ago, where you cannot give up 2 pick sixes and make 2 trips inside the 5-yard line and not score points.
Right. I'm not going to solely blame the officiating because Michigan sucked on this game yesterday. They did not execute when they should have. Harbaugh should have kicked the freaking field goal instead of trying to go for it. Horrible freaking play calling, giving it a level and the reverse. Horrible. But that was a touchdown. And then the spotting of the ball. The spotting of the ball after we got knocked back, it should have been on the 1-yard line. It was like 2.5 yards back, which is huge. Yeah, we fumbled it right after that. It was just horrible. The whole Michigan.
Let me ask you guys a question. I don't know a lot about college football, but now they're actually having playoffs versus just games, right? Where they just take whoever they want to play. So do you agree with that? Because Michigan should be in there every year, pretty much. So are you disagreeing with the playoff situation, or are you saying
no, not at all? Playoffs are good.
It's the top 4 ranked teams that make the playoffs. Michigan
but ranked or records?
Ranked.
So they can pick anybody like Ohio State and Michigan every year. So that really isn't a playoff. That's why I don't watch college ball. That's fucking stupid.
It's all of it.
It's based on everything. It's based on whether or not you win the conference championship. Yeah. It's based on your overall record against the
I heard it's based on just the fucking sports writers, but
it's pretty well ranked.
It is, yeah. It's just They need another level of it. They need one more round, in my opinion. One more round of playoffs. They should expand it from 4 teams to 6. Yep.
That's my call.
I agree with that too. 14-6. Now it is kids in college, but you're already playing the games. You have a 2-week break. Stop doing a 2-week break and do next week and do 6 teams. To put 4 teams in is unfair because Alabama should. Well, I don't like Alabama, but between Alabama and Ohio State, they were both. Either one could have easily been in there.
Alabama wasn't even close. They lost 2 games.
Yeah, but they lost 2 games.
You're not gonna put a 2-loss Alabama in the playoff against a 1-loss anybody else.
I know, but Alabama lost 2 games to ranked teams in the last minute. I know. I'm not an Alabama fan. Don't get me wrong, but a 16 playoff would be far better and be more.
They still shouldn't have made it. Yeah. They still shouldn't have made it.
Are we still on? Are we still on right now?
Yeah, we're still
on.
There was no comments about anything in college. So I just wondering.
No,
except for
everybody's sitting there listening to you right now, saying, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
They know what I'm talking about. No, a 16 playoff is where it should be.
A 16 is. So the way that if this was Neil's world and I got to determine how the college football playoff worked, it would be the championship from every power conference,
right?
The champion from every power conference, because they have those games for a reason. They have those championship games for a reason. Let those count for something. Let those play for your spot in the playoff. And then that kind of throws some of the rankings up to that point out the window. But was Purdue even ranked when they played Michigan in the Big Ten championship game?
So
they were ranked.
The reason they don't just do it like the NFL is because there's smaller divisions to where they could win 42 games or 42-0 every week in a smaller division than play Michigan and still get blown out. Is that why they?
No, these ones have 12 schools.
The championship games make no fucking sense because Michigan was undefeated in the Big Ten.
Purdue could have beaten Michigan,
and they lost 3 games.
Purdue could have beaten Michigan in the Big Ten championship game, been Big Ten champs, and still not been in the playoff. And Michigan could have been in the playoff.
Yeah, so it's stupid
for the national championship.
The conference playoff games to me is stupid.
That's my gripe with the whole thing: is let those championship games count for something. Put the Power 5 school champions in the playoff +1. Right. Ranks 1 and 2 get a bye. 3, 4, 5, 6, they all play each other, and then it matches up, and it just goes like right to the playoffs.
So real quick before we sign off, Michigan played shitty. They lost the game. But if Michigan would have won that game yesterday, I still wanted some explanation from someone to tell me how in the fuck was that not a touchdown?
Rules is rules. Like
his butt was on the ground, but the ball was still. He popped the ball in there.
He called the play
a touchdown.
As it should have been called
a touchdown.
A non-touchdown.
No, it was called a touchdown.
Just the rules are
fucked. It was called a touchdown, and they reviewed it, and they called it back because his butt was on the ground. But as butt was on the ground, this far from the goal line, the ball popped out of his hands. He possessed the ball in the end zone.
They have really screwed up rules. I don't like how some of the rules are in college, but they are what they are, and they have not changed.
No,
they haven't changed.
Every single person you talk to, except that person that overturned it, calls that a touchdown.
And in all, like I'm sitting there, I was watching that game. I was watching it at the sushi place, and I was like, in what world is that not a touchdown?
Mm-hmm.
In what world is that not a touchdown? Because that's just asinine to me.
The ball was rolling around. He got in the end zone. He possessed it.
But and he did. And did it count? No. Should it have counted? Not by the letter of the rule. It should not have counted. He was down. He was down.
He didn't possess when he was down.
Right. Let's just agree. Let's just agree that we don't hope that doesn't happen next week in the Lions game. Thanks, Alicia. We will have a great week. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching Reign City Roar this season on Detroit Sports Nation. Until next week, when we come back, I'm Butler.
I'm Neil.
Detroit Red. Peace out, bitches.